Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hey, guys, come on in. I got my bee earrings on tonight. I decided I was going to wear black and white today. I was going to wear my penguins, but I decided, I haven't worn my bees in a while. So here we are. I've got a friend of mine whose 12-year-old daughter, she's older now, but she was 12 when she made these. And she makes the cutest earrings, and I've gotten quite a few from her. But anyway, I'm Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs. Thanks for joining me. Come on in. I hope that y'all have had a great Cyber Monday. I am going to be having a sale tomorrow at 5:30, and I'm going to be letting things just go as low as I can have them go so that y'all can get some Christmas presents and I can get some space in my house. And anyway, so come on in. We're going to take this little kit here. It's a candy cane and it says joy on it. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. I always like to open it up in front of y'all so you can see exactly what I see as I see it. So come on in, come on in. So how many of y'all have got some really good deals this weekend? Weekend's still upon us. Okay, let me see. I don't want to lose the order of things too much because I'm not always the best with spatial relations, and this could be a mess if all right, just going to tear this out, leaving everything in place. This is from, what do you call it? Hang on. Uh-oh, I'm missing a piece. Oh, well, so much for that idea, right? All right, we're going to figure it out one way or the other. So, come on in. Lilac Lane, DIY. Oh, y'all, it wasn't supposed to do that. I'm in trouble now. I am in trouble now. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, these pieces are going to go there. We're going to do this process of elimination and this piece. All right, so you can tell the front from the back. I just spew these all over the place. So now I've got to figure out where they really go. All right, that one goes there. And this one, all right, this is an end cap. So I'm thinking it's either going to go here or there, and it goes there. I'm going to get all these lined up, and then I'm going to come back and, all right, that one looks like it comes up. All right, this one comes here. That one goes there. So I have a friend who does an amazing job smoking like hamburger. All right, let's see if this, nope. All right, this has got to go maybe on this side over here. All right, we're good. We're good. We're going to figure this out. And I don't see the piece. Oh, there it is. That comes down here at the end. Anyway, he makes the best smoked barbecue. Hey, Carol, of anyone that I have ever, any barbecue I have ever eaten. I live in Virginia, and so we've had a lot of different kinds of barbecue, and his is by far the best. And then when our son graduated from, all right, let me see where this is going to go, y'all. I feel like I'm doing a 2-year-old's puzzle again. All right, this one looks like it goes in here, and it does. And this one looks like it could go maybe in here, and it does not. Maybe it does. Nope, it doesn't go there. Maybe here. All right, that one goes there. I didn't realize I was going to be putting a puzzle together. I kind of let it go, and away it went. All right, these are over. Let's see here. This goes here. That goes there. And I think this one's going to go down here. Nope. Nope. It's got to go here. There's only so many places left. Process of elimination. I actually like to do puzzles, but I'm not as good at puzzles as some other people are. All right, let me see. This looks like it's going to come on this side. Yep. And I got one piece left, so it can only go one place. And that looks like it's going to go right there, maybe? It doesn't look like it fits right. Hang on. This verdict's still out, making sure that I got all the pieces. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. It's underneath. All right. So maybe this one may go... No, I think this one goes over here, y'all, because it's got a little tiny short piece on it. Nope. I think this one goes here. Nope. Maybe. Yeah, okay, that one goes there. I was going to say, because that one wasn't fitting right. This one goes there. All right, we're on a roll here. Y'all hold on to your hats. I think we got it. Ding, 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 ding. All right, I can still do a puzzle. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and some change. Hey, Mary, come on in. I opened up this little kit, and everything went everywhere, and so that's why you saw me trying to figure out where everything went before I started painting. These are pretty fun. This is one that I did the other, I don't know, the last week, couple weeks ago. And you get to paint it however you want. And then the other one that came in this particular box is Little Rudolph. They've got, this is kind of like a candy cane selection. And it comes with paint. I saw this online and I thought, well, that looks cute. And I don't normally do kits. I usually pull everything together myself, but this has been fun because, you know, it's been a lot of different ornaments. Let me show y'all the, these are my favorite. Okay, these were the Santa Claus ones. Look at that. This is his jacket. And then you've got the back of this. See the back? And it's several pieces. It's back to back. And this was the first one that I did. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of this. But it really kind of falls together. And then we've got his breeches. You can see that I've done some shading in the creases there. And then it's got his pockets on. And then I'll do it sideways so you can see it's dimensional. And anyway, so... that's his breeches, and then the last one is his hat. And what I did was I didn't do diamond dust because, you know, sometimes diamond dust can, you don't want it to fall under a tree or anything, like a Christmas tree. And then that's the hat. So when you put them all together, this is what they look like. And they are so cute. So these would be cute, like, hung near each other on a tree. And so anyway, that was the Santa Claus clothes. And then this set is all has to do with the, I need to redo this string. It needs to be longer. But one of the things that I did was I took, and if you look close, there's like several different colors in the holly leaves of green, and then I put some snow on there. So I don't know what we're going to do with this. I think what we'll start with is, okay, the bow definitely needs to be red, and then we'll probably do this with some greenery. And then the last thing that we'll do is we'll put like the little joy tag on it, and I'm not sure where it's all going to go. But, So now that I know where everything goes, and I'm hoping I have enough red paint. You know what? If I don't, I can probably get some paint from, oh gosh, I got more than enough. Okay, I got like a whole little container of this. So I'm gonna get, I have some white here. How much white do I have? I can always get more. All right, ooh, this is like loaded. All right, so I'm gonna get a small brush. Let's see, I'm gonna show y'all this vase that my son gave me that I use it to hold paintbrushes with. He gave this to me for my birthday back in June. And I had flowers in it, and I don't get flowers that often, or never near as much as I'd like to get them. And I thought, well, you know what? I am always using my paintbrushes. So I use the paintbrushes. And hey, Kathy. Well, thank you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my page. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. And the name of my page comes from John chapter 6, verse 12, where Jesus was feeding the 5,000. And at the end, Jesus told his disciples to pick up the leftovers so nothing was wasted. And that is where my name came from. All right, so the way I'm going to do this, let me see if I go red, white, red, 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 white, red, white, red, white, red, white. Okay, we're going to do that. All right, so I think what I want to do is I want to paint everything white so that we get better color. Boy, I'm almost out of this, y'all. And let me get just a small piece of cardboard. I cut up my cardboard boxes with a zip snip. If y'all have never seen, how many of y'all have never seen a zip snip? It is quite a tool. Let me show you. Now, I'm going to be live tomorrow also. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Okay, this is a zip snip. And let me demo it for y'all because it's really like pretty remarkable. I am not an affiliate with it or anything. It's just one of my favorite tools to work with when it comes to cardboard. All right, so like this piece here, it's a little bit wide, and so I want to cut it down. This is like a resharpening. The blade resharpens itself, and all you do, and I have weak shoulders, weak arms, and then you have palettes that you can use to put your paint on. You can cut up your cardboard boxes. We all get, those of us who are crafters. Hey, Audrey. Those of us who are crafters, we are always getting boxes in the mail, right? All right, so here we go. I want to try and figure out, I'm going to just start taking this apart. And then I'll put it back together. I want to make sure that I keep everything in order. All right. And then this one comes here. And then I'm going to just pick these up one by one and paint them. If I don't keep them in order, I'll be in trouble. All right, let's see. I think this comes this way. Just trying to keep everything. All right, and this is going to be the tip. And then this one's going to come up in here. Uh-oh. I think it goes this way. Now, I'm going to show you. All right, this comes here. This comes here. If I don't do this, I'm going to be a mess. So that's why I'm keeping everything in its spot, y'all. That one goes there. And then these are going to branch off. Now this is a pretty smart little pattern, the way they've done it, because you can start anywhere, and as long as you do the same thing and you stay uniform, your colors are going to be bright. And this was a kit that I got through Lilac Lane DIY. All right, so there we go. So we got all our pieces. Now, let me show you this. This is the bottom. So if you do get everything mixed up, then what you can do is you can see how the pattern is burned into that. So you're still good. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take one of these palettes, and I'm going to put some white paint down here. And I'm going to start by painting everything white, because that'll give me a nice base coat, and then we can just go from there. And you know what? I'm wondering if I should get a piece of tape out, and I'm thinking I should. Let me get some tape out. Just in case. I'm just going to stick this here. And maybe I'm going to go ahead and just do these one at a time. And I'm going to just use the tape to hold these in place. These are fun, you know. This is, for me, you know, I like the creativity part of the craft also. But like if you just feel like painting something and you don't feel like thinking about what you really have to do, and it's all going to fall into place anyway, these little kits that a lot of crafters offer are definitely have a place. All right, here we go. Just going to go over all these pieces with white, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do every other one in red. And this is where it's going to split. And I'm just using a round brush. It's like a medium size round brush. You can get round brushes just about anywhere. This is what I'm using. All right, and then we're going to stick that one there, and we're going to come up here. Now, I have found that this is the easiest way to do this, so that you don't get too confused with what's going on. And then we're going to keep coming up the horn here. And I'm going to actually, this is kind of some thin paint, so I'm going to actually I'm going to put 2 coats on here after it dries. By the time I get to the end of this is why I wear my painting clothes, because I spill things on me. So, but anyway, those of you that are new to my page, I am a former public school teacher. I taught math for a little over 8 years, and then God called me to be a stay-at-home mom. And then after I was a stay-at-home mom, He called me to be a homeschool mom. And so I have done quite a variety of different teachings and different formats. And I loved when I was in the homeschool community. I was the go-to for everybody's math needs. You know, everybody has a strength. And my favorite math to teach is algebra. I know it's not everybody's favorite to learn, but I definitely love teaching it. I taught mostly 13, 14, and 15-year-olds, teenagers. Absolutely love teaching that age. I just think that, you know, there's such an impressionable age, and you can really make a difference in their lives at that age. So that was pretty much the age that God called me to work with. And when I became a stay-at-home mom, you know, I did not do co-ops right away, but when our older son was he was third grade? Yeah, third grade? I think he was third grade. And anyway, we joined a co-op and, you know, met some amazing people who became friends, lifelong friends. And boy, what a change it was for me. But boy, did I really grow. I grow in the way I taught. Hi, Darlene. I grew in the way I taught. I also grew in the way that I did a lot of things. All right, let's come back over this and let's do one more coat on this because it definitely needs it. But so yeah, it was kind of funny because you know, when our older son was in kindergarten, God called us to be stay-at-home parents. Which, you know, never say never. I never thought I would have been a homeschool mom. I always thought they were a little bit off. And then I became one of those off people and understood them. So it's kind of funny. But it was definitely the right direction to go. And we just had so many amazing memories. We did, when our sons were in kindergarten and third grade, no, I think our older son was closer to teenage years. We did what we called, it was a medieval festival. And it was so cool to see how God just answered so many prayers. It was, you know, like I would have a need, like, Lord, you know, can you bring someone to teach our younger son how to speak German when he was in high school? And lo and behold, you know, a gal who used to teach German at the local high school became a homeschooler, and she ended up teaching homeschool kids German. And so he had a couple of years of German. Back to the medieval festival that we did, you know, it was, we needed cardboard, and I was like, oh Lord, we need the supplies. Can you bring us the supplies? Well, we went to visit a friend, and right behind her house was a, what do you call it? Like an appliance store. And they had all, you know, refrigerators, washing machines, all this cardboard from, you know, washing machines and refrigerators that they had sold in the back. You know, it's all neatly done and everything. Uh-oh, I lost my count, y'all. All right, this one goes here. And, you know, we had a minivan, so we went over and asked the store, can we have your cardboard? And they said, have at it. I mean, they had a whole truckload of cardboard boxes that were just neatly put together. And so we loaded up our van, and that was the makings for, you know, bridges and buildings and all kinds of things that that we needed for the medieval festival. We had a big meal with, you know, the foods that go along for that time period, and the kids dressed up. It was, I mean, it was, I would have never thought that homeschooling could lend to that many possibilities, but it did. And I'm telling you, I learned right along with our two boys, because I always said that God had me homeschooled so that I could become more educated. And because, you know, whenever you teach something, hey Sherry, whenever you teach something, you actually learn it more than the person who's actually learning it. And that was what happened. So it was pretty cool. And so, I don't know, months. I mean, it took months for the kids. You know, they, like on Saturdays, on the weekends, we would get together and we would paint these. All right, that's looking good. I think this piece needs something right here. But, you know, and of course the music was all, went along with the theme, and what a cool thing. And of course my husband's an engineer, so, all right, let me see what I got here. I think this one goes over here. All right, that one goes there. I just have to make sure that I still have these all in the right order. Now, tomorrow, I am going to be on 2 times tomorrow. I'm going to be on at 4 o'clock with Inspired by Grace. And there's a piece that's trying to sneak out of the way. And I'm going to do, it's going to be a gingerbread theme. So I have, I think, a cute idea that that I'm going to make. So if y'all are available at 4 o'clock tomorrow, come on my page, come on Inspired by Grace's page. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this bow also, because if I paint it white first, then when I paint red over it, it'll just pop better. But, so we've got a great lineup tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And then the second time that I'm coming on tomorrow is at 5:30. I'm going to be selling some items that I have in my inventory. And if you're looking for Christmas presents, I hope you can find something. I'm trying to sell things as low as I can without losing money on them. And anyway, so that will be at 5:30. So I'll be on from 4 to 5, and then I'll take a break. And then from 5:30 to 6:15, I will be on selling some items, finished products that that will be up for sale. All right, here we go, y'all. This is going to be okay, so these are going to be green. The bow is going to be red, and then I'm not sure what I want to do with the joy yet. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to probably, I bought some fine, really fine. Okay, see the little joy? Isn't that cute? Hey Cindy, how are you? All right, I feel like this spot right here needs a little bit more white. I think I need to come up with a different white, y'all, because this white usually takes 2 or 3 coats. All right, so remember I told y'all about base coat with Gaffrey Art? No, I'm not an affiliate with them. When I find things that I really like, I like to share it. This is a 16-ounce container. It's called Base Coat. One coat. And so maybe for Cyber Monday, they probably still have some stuff on the sale. So for Black Friday, I bought, they have a vintage white, and they have a, just like a stark white. And so I bought one of each of those because they were on sale. So gaffreyart.com. If you want some quality paint and I don't know how many coats the white's gonna take because I haven't used it, but I'm telling you, this black, oh, I should have kept that here. This black is the prettiest black I have ever worked with. And of course, I'm not a lifetime. I haven't been painting my whole life or anything, so, but I've been actively working with paint for the last 4 years, and I find that some paints are real thin, and some paints are just, you know, one coat and done. And when I can find that, I'd rather pay the extra money for it. I think I paid, well, the black was on sale when I bought it. And I want to say I paid like, it was less than, I want to say it was like $12 or something like that. And look how big this jar is, y'all. Okay? This is like, you know, it's my finger high and, you know, more than a finger across the diameter, and it's one coat. It's just one coat. I gotta be careful. This, I don't have many clothes that don't have paint on them. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna come over here with the Joy one more time, and then I'm gonna come in and we're gonna start working with the red and the green. And then remember that when we put the green on here, we're not going to just do one coat of green. That's what I would have done 4 years ago. But now I've learned more. I've watched a lot of artists. I've taken some art classes online. And now I know that you're not supposed to color everything with just one color, because we want to get some dimension. And the way that we get the dimension is to use more than one color. Now, some of you that have been painting all your life, you could probably teach us a thing or two. So feel free to chime in. All right, here we go. The Dixie Belle, yes, they are. And so I'm kind of in the process. Oh no. I don't want them blowing all over the place. I'm in the process of using up some of my like folk art paint and some of my other paints so that I can free up some space in my house, and also just kind of get that out of the way and start using some paints that I love the smell of this. Use paints that I'm going to take this sweater off, y'all, because I don't have very many warm clothes, and I do not need to have paint on this. Let's see if I can get this off. All right. And I'm not only am I going to take it off, but I'm going to throw it off to the side there so that I do not. Okay, so I don't get it, paint on it accidentally. All right, here we go. We're going to come in here with the red. Let me line these up so I know which way we're going. And I think what I said we're going to do, if I go red here, I'm going to go red in the middle here. All right, so this one's going to be red. And then for those of y'all that just came on, this is one ornament that I made out of this kit. You just have to kind of glue it all together. And then this is the other one, little Rudolph. And then this one here is the third in the series. And each of these little kits come with 3 different ornaments in them. And I think that Lilac Lane started this like in January, so that every month you're doing some kind of ornament. I don't know what she's going to do this year, this coming year. But, all right, and I'm just going to kind of go over this. And we're going to take This one's going to be green, so I want to get that out of the way. But while I have this on here, I'm going to go ahead. Do I have any black in here? I do. Let me show you what I want to do. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do the first coat. I may have to do 2 coats on this. Thanks for the like, y'all. So when it comes to painting, one of my favorite things to do is blending. I really like blending and seeing all the colors just kind of become one project. I don't know, there's something satisfying about it to me that, you know, you can start with 2 different colors and just get a nice agreement, like how the colors agree with it. But you got to be careful. You need to make sure that you don't blend the wrong colors together, because if you do, you'll get. I'm gonna come back with. I've got a black pen, and I think I want to come back with. All right, so we're gonna take this off of here. So this is our bow. And I'm going to come back later and do something else with this. Now we're going to do these 2 here in red. And I'm going to try and just kind of be symmetrical with them. And then, oops, I didn't get it stuck down enough. But paint is your friend. I mean, painter's tape, any kind of tape is your friend when you're working with small pieces, y'all. All right. Oh, and you know what? I got, I got red on that one. Oh, well. We'll turn that into a berry or something. I got this, I'm going to use this new stuff. It's called Contour something, if I can get to it. I've got all my items that I'm going to have up for sale tomorrow in front of my drawers. So we'll see if I can get to it. If I can, it'll be really cool. All right, so this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes there. All right. This one is white. This one is red. This one is supposed to be white, but it has some red on it, but that's okay. We'll figure something out for that. So how many of y'all have been painting all your life? What can you teach me? I am a firm believer that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, right? Unless you're teaching people something, then you're in the right room. But okay, so that one's going to go here, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to grab this guy. It looks like I'm going to have way more paint than I need. And I'm thinking I may need to come back and put another coat on these. All right, so this one is going to go there, and then this one is here. So for those of you that just hopped on, when I opened up the little package that all of these came in, it's so nice and neat and packaged, it just, everything went everywhere. And so I ended up having to learn how to put this puzzle together from the beginning. All right, there we go. And this one goes here. And then we got the white cap down here. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to, the white pieces. Oh, okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. I thought I was missing a piece, but I'm not. All right. So there is that. So now what I want to do is I'm going to come back. And I am going to, is this blue or black? It looks black. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Let me clean this brush, and then I'm gonna grab a different brush. Let's see if I can find a small flat brush. I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do. This one, I'm gonna use this one. Some of these I haven't even used, and I'm gonna go with the ones that I have. All right, so this is gonna be just a small flat brush, and let me dry these. And I'm gonna come over this. And I think what I wanna do, I'm gonna go along the, I'm gonna get black and red on my brush at the same time. This is my new heat tool, y'all. I love it. You know, I was on the other day, and this is my ornament that I melted. It had, you know, it turned out really good on the front, but this was a learning curve. So, and then my heat tool started making some weird noises, and I don't move fast enough that if there's a fire that I'm gonna be able to get away. So I thought, you know, let's just do this, get rid of this thing while we're still ahead. All right, I'm gonna grab some light green here. We've got some dark green, but I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna put the green over there, and this may be even a little bit big. I wonder if I've got a smaller, that might be, hold on, let me see. This one, I think I want this one. Maybe, I think that might be a good one. All right, so I've got just a little teeny tiny brush. You can see how little that is? I'll put that one back. Because what I want to do is I'm going to put this on take this red out, and I don't need any more red for this particular part. And then I'm going to get just a little bit of this black. I'm not going to need much. I'm going to need very, very little. I'm going to put that in my water. All right, and so what I want to do, I'm going to paint a drum again this year, y'all, is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just pick up, I don't know if you can see that, just a little teeny tiny bit of black paint. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along, I'm going to kind of offload this. I want to get some red. And I'm going to offload, and let's see if I can. I am going to just try and do just a little bit of highlight, oops, on this. Okay. That's a little bit more than I wanted, so I'm just barely tapping into the black. Just a little bit to go along the outside of the candy cane. And you can see it's got just a little teeny tiny bit of color to it. All right, then we're going to come up here and we're going to do the same thing on this side. And we're going to go in just a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm going to go along the edge. I'm going to turn my brush over and I'm going to come along this edge and just a hint of the black. Just to give it a little dimension. And again, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just get a small amount. And I'm going to turn my brush so that the black's to the outside. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, can y'all see that? See how you've got just a little bit of color? And I'm going to go over this with just a little more red. It's a little bit darker than I want it. So there we go. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to come over here and I'm going to go along the outside, just kind of highlighting that. And a little bit on the inside. And when this is all these pieces are together, it'll make more sense. All right, and then we're going to come over here, do the same thing. Just take a little bit along the outside and a little bit along the inside. And then this one, a little bit of that black along the outside, just to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow and make it stand out. I think that one goes, oops, I lost, there we go. And then we got this last one here. Just a teeny tiny bit. It's kind of hard to get it as small as I need it to be, but I'm just going to keep wiping that off, offloading, and we're going to do a little bit on the inside. And let's see what we got. And then I want to go back over this one, and I need a little bit more red down here. This got a little bit too much black. That's better. And then this one too. All right, looking good, looking good. And then this guy here is a little bit darker than I want it to be, so I'm going to come and brighten it up in the middle and just leave the edges a little bit dark. And I think I like the way the others are. This one, I'm going to bring just a little pop of color in the middle and in the middle here. And then we'll let that stay. All right, so we're going to clean our brush. And then I'm going to come in here. And let's see if we can cover up some of this white. I'm going to offload so that I make sure I don't have any drips. And it's going to tone it down. It may take a couple of coats. It'll tone it down at least. All right. So I think what I want to do for our little joy sign, I was gonna come back and do something with the bow too. Let me grab that brush again. Just a hint. I'm gonna go the same thing. I'm gonna go just a hint of this black and come in here with the red. And I'm going to just do a little bit, just some highlights. And then I'm going to come over it with a marker also. I've got a Posca. All right, so we got just a little bit of shading in here. I think I want to come in with some white also. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to come back, and I think what I want to do is I want to go over, I'm going to try doing the sign. Do I want the sign? I'm going to do that in green. Let's do the sign in this, I don't know, this khaki color. We're going to cover up the black. We don't need that right now. What is this color here? This is like a little off-white. All right, let's close this up. Ugh. These little guys are tough to open. All right. Oh, that's like glue. I think I should have gotten to this sooner. All right, here we go. I'm going to go, I think I want this sign to be just a little bit off-white. Maybe not. Maybe another color. We'll see. Okay, it's going to come on that. All right, so, and I'm going to come and I want to do just a little bit of, nah, I'm going to put this over this and then come back over. I'm going to just see if I can hide this a little bit better. And then come back over with the white. There we go. There we go. Okay, putting that brush in here, that brush in there. I'm going to clean these brushes because I'm going to use them again. All right. I think I want this bright green for the joy, y'all. All right, we're going to close this up and we're going to come in here. I think this goes here. No, hold on. This one goes here. I got to keep these in order, y'all, or it'll be a mess for me. All right, I'm going to come in here with my green. And I'm going to do the dark green first. Actually, I think I'm going to do the lighter green first. I like to do the lighter colors first. So let's go with this lighter green. And then we can come back with some other highlights and stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of go over this whole thing. It's pretty light. And I may reach behind me and grab a couple more colors too. Okay. And I think do I want the joy? I think it needs, let's see, red, green. I think I'm going to go with, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ljubisa. How do you pronounce your name? I'm not ignoring you. I just don't know how to pronounce your name. Welcome to my page. Bravo. Thank you. All right, let's get some more green in here. I'm going to go in here with another green. Just a little bit, a little tiny bit of it. Just a hint, because it's not going to take much. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I want a smaller brush. So I'm going to go really, really small with these, y'all. See how little that is? All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just add, just some strokes here and there, no rhyme or reason. And then I'm going to come in with this dark green. This is really dark. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to my brush, just so that I can get this flowing. And we're going to come in here, and I think I want to do, whoops, I want to come down this stem, because that's where it would be the darkest. Use your tape to hold everything in place for you. Oops, I did it again. All right, and I'm going to rinse that, and I'm going to do a variety of greens here. So I'm going to reach back, and I'm going to grab, I don't know if this is a little bit different or not. Looks like it's the same. That's a dark. All right, so let's come in here. This is a green beret, and just a tiny, tiny bit. It's not going to take much. Little tiny bit. All right, let's dry this because we want to layer it. We don't want to mix it. I think I want to throw some yellow in here too. All right, so I'm going to come in here with this green beret and just get, you know, some streaks in here. I'll show you. I'm going to pick this up and show it to you so y'all can see it kind of what's happening. All right, so this is what I have. Let's see if you can see this. That's probably better. So I've got just a combination of colors on here. All right, I'm going to rinse this. I don't have to rinse it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to come in here with, right, I don't need this color anymore. I think I've got enough of that. I'm going to do a kind of a, this is Hauser Light Green. And so what I'm doing is I'm just taking several different colors of green, and I have a teeny tiny brush. And I'm just making some strokes. This is so small, I don't know that y'all are going to be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm going to, you know, because nothing is in nature is really just one color. I think I want to go with some blue-green in here too. All right, so see, just, let's see what I can do. Adding a stroke here and a stroke there. And make sure my brush is clean. And then I'm gonna look for, this one looks like, this is like a blue-green. And so I'm gonna grab a little bit of this. I mean, it is just like a drop is all I'm putting on here. Let me show y'all. Just little teeny tiny drops of all these different greens. Hey Jenny, come on in. Hey Berta, how are you doing, my sweetheart? Good to see you. All right, this is like a blue-green. All right, so let me show y'all what I have. This is what I have so far. I've just got like 3 or 4 different greens on here. And now I'm gonna take this little teeny tiny brush, and it's got some blue-green on it, and I'm just gonna swipe a little bit more of a swipe than I wanted, but that's okay. All right, so this is what we have. And And then I want to take, and I think I want to put just maybe a little bit of yellow in this. You see how the, now we've got like a variety of colors. Thanks for the hearts. All right, so now I mean, I know it's just a little piece of greenery, but, you know, it just makes it look a little bit more interesting with all those different colors in it. And I may come back over with, I think I'll put some white in here. I think I'm going to take my little brush and put some white in here. Instead of, I'm liking my new heat tool, y'all. Really, really liking it. All right, let's see. Where's my little teeny tiny brush that I had? There it is. All right, let me grab some white. And I'm going to just kind of roll that around. And I'm going to just throw a few pops of white in different spots. No rhyme or reason, just kind of randomly. Grabbing some of this white. And I mean, you can barely see it, but it's there, and it just gives it a little bit of highlight. Okay, let's see if y'all can see that. Can you see the little pops of white on there? Just a little bit. Okay, so that's for our greenery. So now we've got to do our joy. What color should we do the joy, y'all? There's a part of me that wants to make it black with white lettering. What do y'all think about that? I'll tell you what, let's do that last. Let's start putting this together and see where it takes us. So tomorrow, remember I'm going to be on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The theme is gingerbread, and y'all can come on and see what I'm going to make. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to make. You have to come watch me. I'm kind of excited. I hope it turns out. There you go. All right, so we're going to come in here. Let me get my tape out of the way, and we're going to get our Tight Bond glue and a craft stick. Just a small craft stick. I need to get some more, y'all. All right, here we go. And I'm going to start gluing these one by one, and then we're gonna do some finishing touches with this. Oops, maybe. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Oh, this is not good. So this particular heat tool has 2 speeds, high and low, and I can adjust the temperature. The other heat tool I had was just a paint stripper. Oh, no. Well, we may be using Eileen's. It was just a paint stripper, and it had high and hot. And that was all I could get out of it. And that's why my ornament melted. All right, let's see if we can get this. There it goes. All right, thank you, Lord. Whew, that was scary. I think I need to clean this off better the next time I put the lid on this. I cannot afford to lose another. All right, I'm going to put my brushes in the water. Can't afford to lose another whole bottle of something. All right, here we go. We're going to start with this guy down here. And I'm just using this is called Tight Bond Water Resistant Fast Set Time. We're going to put that on here. And I'm going to just work back and forth. I love these little kits. They're fun. All right, and now we're going for the white. I'm kind of excited to make my project tomorrow. I'm hoping everything comes out as good as I think it's going to turn out. You just never know, right? Especially like that ornament that I did the other night, y'all. That was the craziest thing. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to just play. We're just going to pretend that we're going to end up with a good project. And that's how you learn. All right, so I'm leaving just a little bit of space in between these. Not a whole lot. I'll pick this up and show it to you in just a minute. I need to clean that nozzle out. So I went to the post office today and mailed some stuff. So those of you who have mail that's coming, it should get to you. I think it said Saturday or Monday. So your mail should be arriving soon. All right, so now we're going to come up here. I've been having a hard time walking, and so getting to the post office, just to get into the car to get to the post office has been hard. And so my nephew, Seth, he was off today, so he helped me get my packages to the mail, to the post office. And y'all can thank him for helping me out, being my helper. He does a good job helping me. All right, so this is what we have so far. Isn't that cute? Wait till y'all, just wait till we start decorating this. This is when it's going to get fun. All we've done so far is paint it. We're going to start decorating it here in a minute. Okay, and all I'm doing is putting a thin coat of paste glue, and then not putting it into place, making sure that it's got a little bit of space. I found that if I put just a little bit of space in here, it looks better. All right. Oops. Got a big old glob of glue there. That does not need to go back in there. All right, and next guy. This is where the quiet part gets, because I'm concentrating. Okay. And what is this one? This one goes there. Make sure that nobody is cutting in line here. Can't have any people cutting in line. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one goes here. All right. Then this one must go there. All right, I'm just going to stick these on here and make sure that I got it right, and I do. All right. So did anybody get any good Cyber Monday specials? I don't know about that. I'm not convinced that that one goes there. Let's see if it goes. Nope, it doesn't go there either. It goes there. All right, it goes there. I did not. We are having a very, very low-key Christmas this year. We had a low-key Thanksgiving. We're having a low-key Christmas. Both sons said that they've gotten to the age where they don't need a big Christmas anymore. Our older son said he doesn't need anything. And he said, let's just go and do some stuff together. And I was like, because we talked about doing that last year, because, you know, they're in their 30s now. And our son comes from the West Coast, and The visit's never long enough, but I'm always thankful when he shows up because we don't get to see him very often. Okay, y'all. We're getting there. Looky there. We're getting there. You wait till... Can you see like the little shadowing and shading that we did? How it makes just a little bit of a difference? Are y'all noticing that? Otherwise, it would have just been just kind of blank. All right, this is going to come here. Maybe it would have just been like solid looking. All right, here we go. So we're thinking about maybe we can't travel anywhere because my husband's mother, my mother-in-law, who is 94, she is in an assisted living place now, and my husband is staying in the house that he grew up in so that he can be nearby to make sure that the people who are taking care of her are actually taking care of her. So, so we will probably be almost kind of like on the road. Oh, that doesn't look like it fits very well. But I guess it does. All right, let me look at this. That does not look right. Let me make sure I got it in the right place. Ah, it's a good thing I checked because I didn't have it right. Good thing. I'm going to say, because it didn't, all these other pieces have just fit really, really perfectly, and that one was like off. All right, let's see what this one does. You wait your turn. That one's trying to cut in line, y'all. When I used to teach public school, it was so funny. I was 5', 6.5", weighed about 125 pounds, so I was pretty small. I wasn't short, but I was small, and I looked like some of the kids. And hey, color buddy, how you doing? And so what I used to do, talking about cutting the line, what I used to do is, in between classes, I would go to the water fountain, and if I wanted a drink, and I would wait in line, and I'd wait in line just like the kids did. It used to really, I get it. I know the teachers have to get back for their classroom and everything, but teachers are not counted tardy. Remember, I taught junior high, and so. Let me straighten this one up just a little bit. So I would be standing in line at the water fountain, and there would always be a kid that was going to cut in front of me. And I used to tap him on the shoulder, and I'd say, if I can wait in line, so can you. And of course, all the kids would, just start laughing. It was like, oh, she burned you, It was like, no, so... I just kind of set the example that I felt like we as the teachers should set. And but it was kind of funny because, all right, let me make sure I don't have any glue on the inside of this that's going to glue this together. All right, so we're getting closer, y'all. We got our little, let me get this glue out of here. So it doesn't. All right, I'm going to grab a toothpick too. No, I'm going to save that in case I need it again. There we go. All right, so y'all remember, tomorrow I'm going to be on 2 times tomorrow. I'm going to be on at 4 o'clock with Inspired by Grace. The theme is gingerbread men or gingerbread, and I'm kind of excited about my project. I hope you'll come and watch me. And then the second time that I'm coming on is tomorrow at 5:30, and I'm going to have some items up for sale. And actually, the item that I'm going to make tomorrow will be up for sale if anybody is interested in buying it. So, all right, I think you'll want to get it. I think it's going to be cute. All right, so we're going to put the lid on this. I got most of the glue out of there, so hopefully it won't stick together like it did the last time. All right, so the next thing, let me get these out of the way. Let me show you what we already did. Okay, so this is one of the things that we've done. And then if you notice, around the edges, it's got the, like the black, just kind of border. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And, all right, so let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness, I got all my stuff here. Ready to go for tomorrow. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get in here. All right, we're going to get that out. All right, I got to take lots of things out because I can't get the drawer all the way open. There's my marker that I'm looking for. I need to get my white one too. I want to get these small ones. Okay, I think I want to do, all right, let's do the black. Whoops. And I don't know if I want to work with these or not. I got some green here. These are called, this is Pent Art Contour. And I don't think I'm going to use the red, but I do want to get the white out. All right, so I'm going to get the white and the black out. And I think, so what color? All right, let's put this on here and see what this is going to look like. I almost feel like it needs to be a darker green. So, and then our bow on top. Oh, I like that. And then I think, do we want to put joy? I think we should put joy. So what color should we do? What color do y'all think we should make joy? What do y'all think? This is what it's going to look like. Hey, Lori, come on in. You're all done? Good for you. We're pretty much done because we're having a real light Christmas. I don't like the color that it is. I don't want it to be green. I'm kind of thinking black with white lettering, y'all. Should we do black with white lettering? I think that the black will show up. Or I don't want to do green and just have green, red, and white. I want to throw another color in there. I'm thinking black, y'all. Black with white lettering. I think that's going to be what I do. Tell me what you think. Oops. Well, that didn't take long. My second day of using my gun and I already got paint on it. Black, black, black. This one doesn't hold up there as well as the other one did, but everything has its purpose. I think black, y'all. I'm going to go for the black. I'm going for the black. You're going to say black? Okay. Yeah, I think it needs another color is what we need. So let's just go for it, and then we'll put white lettering on it. Oh, I hope I can see through this. Oh yeah, I'll be able to. Just make it so y'all can see what I'm doing. Just real lightly covering this so that I can still see the word joy. And then I'm going to come back over because the word joy is kind of like engraved in this. And so I'll be able to go over this pretty easily. I think I think I like that. All right, so we're going to go with that. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to play with my new toy. And it's these contour, I don't know, Pentart contour. And I think I'm going to do it in black. Where's my black? There's my black. I'm going to show you the difference. I might need a little bit more black paint on this, y'all, for a second coat. I'm going to show y'all the difference between the first one that I did with the, all right, let me get a little bit more black on here because this isn't quite as pretty and as dark as I'd like for it to be. Did anybody buy any art supplies? Well, Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Black Friday weekend. Anybody? I did. I got some watercolor supplies that I want to play with. All right, so here we go. Almost done. Now I'm going to use my acrylic marker to write joy with on here. And I think I'm going to go around this bow with some white also. So let's go ahead and let's do this little, I'm going to do joy. This is where you, oh, that's cute. Okay, so we've got joy. I'll be here. I'll be here when you get back. All right, so let's take our bow and I'm gonna just kind of just do some little accents on it. All right, so this is what we have. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. It's always good to see you. All right, so we got a little bit of that on there. Now we're going to come in here and let me show you. I'm hoping that I can get this fine enough. All right, so this is the ornament that I did, and I used an acrylic marker to go along the edges. And I got this, since then, I got this contour, Pentart is called contour paint. I don't know, contour. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along here, and I want to try this stuff, y'all. I want to see what it looks like on here. So we're going to compare the two. And it's got a pretty small, all right, so here we go. I'm going to just start and I'm going to do the same concept. Got a little more control with the marker. I will say that. It's a little cleaner look, but if you don't try something, you'll never know, right? Just kind of going around the horn here. It's fun. But I will say that I think I have more control. And it may just be that I'm more used to the marker too. I think the way that you paint with this makes a difference too. Like if you're going up versus down. Let me show you what I have, so what I can turn it around before it. I do think I like I'm better with the acrylic marker, but this is what we have so far. And you just have to get the balance between squeezing it and running it, moving it. So, and I'm not even, like, if I end up the line separates, I've found that just don't go back over it. All right, I'm getting better. Everything is all about practice and how many times you do it, right? It tends to want to do like a bunch of little dots, and I'm just going to let it do it, because when I tried to fix it, I only made it worse, which is typically the case, right? Yeah, that side looks better. First side is a little all right, we gotta dry this. Fun stuff. All right, so we're gonna dry this, and then we're gonna put it all together. And this stuff dries pretty quickly. It's got kind of a plastic feel to it when it's dry. This is our bow. And this is our little greenery with all the different colors that we put on here. And then we got our little joy sign. And we're gonna glue all this together in a minute. God, I should have kept my glue out. That's why I cut my stick out, I guess. This side looks better than that side. Now, I will say this. A lot of times when I'm trying something new, I will practice either on a sheet of paper or, something off the grid. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this on here. It kind of covers up some of the mistakes. And then we're going to put our bow on here. Let's get it on here. All right, that looks good. All right, so let's get our tight bond here. And I just need to see where this is going to hit. It looks like it's going to hit mostly at the top. Okay. And it looks like it's going to hit down here too. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. All right, and we'll put our bow on. this just a little bit. There we go. All right, we're going to get our bow on here. I love the smell of the burnt wood on this. It's like being at a campfire. All right, and then we're going to let this hit there. Give that just a minute. And I'm trying to decide if I want to put the joy on top of the bow or if I want to put the joy maybe down here. No, I think I'm going to put it on the bow. All right, so let's do it. All right, here we go. How cute is that? All right, let me show y'all what we got. Is that not too cute? All right, and then we need to put, I'm not going to put a string on it right now because I want to let it dry and I don't want to mess with it any more than I have to. All right, so let me show you the difference. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I like the acrylic marker first. It looks cleaner. All right, and this thing is bugging me. I need to put this is just way too short. And I need to just put another string on this. But look at how I did around the edges on this one with the acrylic marker or paint pen. And I'll hold this one up as best I can. Hopefully it won't fall on me. And this one, not as clean. But that's how we grow, right? We step outside our comfort zone and we try something new. Thanks for the thumbs up and the heart, y'all. That is cute. That is really cute. All right, I've got a little bit of, see if I can grab one of my kind of throwaway brushes in case it gets ruined. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clean up some of this glue around the edges. Okay, this is what we got. All right, y'all. How about that? So tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, you know what else I need to do? I need to put some gold around the outside of the joy. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be on Inspired by Grace. And then at 5:30, I'm going to be selling some items through, I have to stop and think of the name. The Artist Lounge Marketplace. All right, I'm going to get some gold on here, y'all, because, I mean, everything needs, oh, my gosh, yes. All right, look at the difference that makes. So we're going to go around this with some gold. Everything needs a little bit of gold, right? And so I'm just going to go along the edge. And look at that. That just made a huge difference in that joy. All right. And then I think I want to do some gold around the edge of the bow. You know, we can just keep adding and adding and adding, can't we? All right, let me show. I don't know if y'all can see the difference. Look at the bottom. The bottom has gold around the edges. The top doesn't. And so we are going to, and you know what? I may go around the whole What I'm doing is I'm using the edge to guide me so that I can kind of keep a level hand. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I don't know if I can show y'all. See, I'm just going to take this and go along the edge. I'm kind of off the edge. Just barely on the, oh yeah. I think I'm going to come inside with some white because I covered up some of the white. All right, so this is what we have. So we got just another dimension here. And there's a part of me that wants to go around this whole thing, and I'm going to do it. I've got the tip of this brush right on where it's cut. And it's actually just guiding me. All right, let me show you one side versus the other. This side over here has the gold, the other side doesn't. So if you can see that, there we go. This is a Deco Color Premium Prime Premio gold. It's gold. Opaque metallic paint marker, oil based. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna just kind of go along and get it started. It kind of got dried up on me. All right, so I'm gonna kind of come along this edge. It's kind of like a balancing act where you're balancing the pen. Oops, that one kind of got a little bit too far in, but that's okay because those little black dots were messed up anyway, so can't hurt it. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here. All right, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Glad I went for it. Sometimes I go overboard. Sometimes it works out. And you know, you just never know till you try. I can't get down. There we go. All right, we got that. And I think, all right, I'm going to just add a couple of gold flecks on the leaves. Just kind of a few random spots. Some on the bow. And I'm going to come back. All right, this is what we have so far, y'all. I'm still going. I thought I was going to be done, but I'm still going. All right, I want to come over here, and I'm going to add some gold to these pine boughs, or bushes, or leaves, or whatever we want to call them. All right, So I feel like just coming in here. All right, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with this white pen and we're going to just all right. Tell me what you think. I think we're done. Got a little bit of gold on there. I think it needed the gold. What do y'all think? Thanks, Sherry. All right. So I will see y'all tomorrow on Inspired by Grace at 4 o'clock. I hope you can join me, and I hope y'all have a great night. I'm Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs. If you're just hopping on, if you'll go back and watch the replay, I appreciate it. If you're not following my page, I appreciate it if you follow my page. And be sure to check me tomorrow at 4 with Inspired by Grace. The theme is gingerbread tomorrow, so you'll want to catch the all of the lives that the creators are going to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a fun event. All right, love y'all. Jesus loves you more. Bye bye. Bye, Sherry. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you.